All right, what's up everybody and welcome back to another video. In this video, I do an interview with one of our students, Owen, who's a college student. He started land flipping about 3 to 4 months ago. He did his best month ever last month, $18,000 in profit. This month he's planning on doing over $30,000 in profit completely virtually from his laptop while he's still a college student. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like and subscribe down below and let's get right into it. Anyways, what's up Owen? And welcome. I know we spoke earlier briefly about kind of we're going to be chatting over things, but I'm going to do a quick introduction and then just jump into a few questions for you, kind of similar to when we were catching up earlier. But basically we'll get right into it. So quick introduction into Owen. Owen started working with us, what, about 4 months ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Started working with us about 4 months ago. Last month had his first real breakout month. He did $18,000 in profit. This month already has about $30,000 in profit planned and lined up, which we'll get more into. But basically, we're going to go ahead and get into everything. Owen is a college student, currently still going to college and just started running his land business. So we're curious to see where he's going to take this. But without further ado, we'll get into it. If you want to do a quick intro into how you got into land flipping, how everything's been going, and then we'll jump into some questions.
Yeah, so obviously, like you said, I'm a college student. Got into it. I actually saw your Instagram posts and whatnot, and I've kind of like basic person trying to make money online. I've tried everything, day trading in high school, all that kind of stuff, drop shipping, and I just figured I'd give it a try. I watched like the quick little video, and I was like, sounds easy enough. I feel like I can figure this out. And first couple of months, like basically just did enough to like pay the bills and whatnot, and I was fine with that. Like, and I knew obviously your guys' success, Grayson's success, like I knew you can take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So obviously, like we were talking about last month, had my best ever month, and now I can really see this thing building and scaling it up.
So what was it like getting your first deal? So what was the process? How did that deal work out? And then how did you get it? What was the story behind it on your first deal?
Yeah, so I actually got pretty lucky. My second ever campaign I sent, I got a deal. I got it at like 10,000. I think it was worth maybe like 12. So I had to kind of negotiate the seller down to like 8,500.
Okay.
And it was actually a MLS deal. So
Really? So it was on the market.
yeah, it was with shoot, what was his name? One of the guys Jackson gave me.
Okay.
But he got it sold in like a week. I think I made $2,500 profit on that.
Okay.
And it was funny because it was only my second campaign. I was like, dang, this is pretty easy. I'm gonna crank these out, and then kept going. And I was like, all right, maybe it's not as easy as I thought. But I was still doing like 2 to 3 deals a month.
Okay.
Like I said,
How
paying
many
the
of those were
bills.
JVs? Were they all just yourself or were you JVing with people in the community?
I've done probably like 4 or 5 JVs by now.
Okay.
With people in the community. But some solo, some JV.
Okay. Cool. And then how have you been marketing? Texting?
Yeah, just strictly texting.
Okay. So last month when you did $18,000 in profit, how much revenue did you do? And then how much total expenses on everything that you spent was the breakdown there?
Yeah, so I did what was it, 20,400 revenue, and then minus 1,400 or whatever the numbers are. I did $18,250 profit, and then only $1,400 in expenses. So
okay. And then this month your expenses should be exactly the same, right? You haven't changed anything?
I haven't changed anything. I'm just strictly texting.
Okay. And then what deals do you have lined up for September so far?
So I've got one in North Carolina for close to like 19,000 profit. I think it's 18,900. And then I've got 2 in Arizona. I just need the people to sign the contract, but got a builder, buyer, everything like that. And then 3 potential in North Carolina that could be pretty big spreads, 8.5 on the one, and then possibly 7 to 8,000 on the other 2.
Awesome.
So,
and then what was the story behind that 20K spread? How'd that work out? Came in as a text, I assume. And then what was the deal with finding the buyer on that?
yeah, so I was just testing random markets in North Carolina, just throwing out random text campaigns, like why not? And the dude, I offered him 12,000. I saw some recently sold for like 30. Had no idea if it was worth anything. He wanted 15, so I said perfect, fine.
Yeah.
Sent him contract. He signed it. Reached out to a realtor who actually just represented a buyer who bought one on the same street, like 5 lots down, bought it for 40, like maybe 8 months ago. And I said, what would your buyer pay for this? He said, we'll pay 40. And then through some things, got the seller to sign at 21, and then obviously they're buying it at 40. So I'll make a little bit.
Sorry, you cut out there. You said you'll make what?
19,000 on it.
That's sick, bro. Congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
what was your biggest deal before that? Before that one?
I just closed one this week for 6,500.
Nice, nice. And how many deals did you do last month to get the $20,000 in revenue?
I did 7 deals, and then one was a double lot. But
Okay. So your average deal right now is basically around 3,000 bucks.
yeah, yeah.
Nice. Okay. So I guess when did you find out about land flipping? You said you came across us on Instagram, but was that right before you started with us, or did you try it on your own before and not like what was the situation? Or did you
Yeah,
just jump
I
found it?
didn't know anything about it when I first saw your videos. I just kind of knew that you guys were doing well, and I saw your videos, and like I guess I didn't believe it at first. I was like, "There's no way,"
Yeah.
because on the videos it seems so easy, but I was like, "All right, might as well give it a try." And I watched the like 40-minute video or whatever from your guys' Instagram, and I was like, I feel like I could do this, so I just went all in.
Awesome. Awesome. And then did you have any real estate experience before you joined with us?
No,
Have you
I've always
done
been
anything in real estate in the past? Do you have your real estate license? Any experience whatsoever?
nothing. I've always been interested in real estate, but never had any kind of job, nothing like that.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, that's exactly how I was too. And Jackson did a little bit of stuff with the development with his kind of old mentor that he learned from a lot of stuff. But I was the same way. I always knew I wanted to get into real estate. I always knew there was so much money in it, but I had no idea how I was going to do that. I always had this plan of running a real estate company with Jackson and never knew how we were going to get there until he found this out. And then we kind of joined in together. So it was kind of a similar situation. But first of all, congratulations. That's awesome. And then
Thank you.
you said, so you have like 4 or 5 deals working for this month.
Yeah.
What do you think realistically over the next couple of months you'll be able to be doing monthly at a realistic number, sending out the campaigns that you've been doing with having the buyers that you do now, with having the community? What do you think you'll be able to keep realistically over the next couple of months?
Yeah, I've been building a lot of good relationships with different builders across multiple states. So my goal is 50K a month consistently at by the end of the year. And then obviously from there next year, I want to just keep going.
Awesome. Which isn't too far away from what you're already doing. It's basically just doing double the amount of deals.
Yeah.
So awesome. And then I guess why did you decide to join? Like why did you decide you wanted to go ahead and jump into land flipping? Why did you decide you wanted to start a business? What was kind of your thought process?
Yeah, I've always wanted to start a business ever since I was little. I just, like you said, kind of similar thing, like didn't know what the heck I was going to be, didn't know how I was going to do it. And especially the course, like, I mean, you guys laid out everything from start to finish, from literally filing for your LLC. So I was like, this is perfect. Get my foot in the door with something. And it just so happened to work. So I've just been, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And I guess what's your advice to somebody that's kind of in your shoes, somebody that's either in college in the same position you were, or somebody that's working a 9 to 5, doesn't know if they'll be able to have enough time to be able to do this alongside their 9 to 5, or is a little scared that, hey, I'm going to spend a bunch of money on marketing and not make any deals. What's your advice to that person? If they're on the fence about it, they really want to do it. They really want to get into real estate. They really want to start their own business, but they're a little scared or scared to take the risk or scared that they're not going to succeed. What would your advice be to that person after having taken the risk and obviously been successful with it now? What would your advice be to that person?
I mean, yeah, if you never take the risk, then you're never going to find out. So, I mean, you got to at least try. And then with like, if you're having a job or you're in school, like most of these things, especially sellers, I mean, sellers, they have jobs too. So when you're calling them, it's at night when they're not at work. And obviously you're not at work. And then with builders and whatnot, I mean, anytime you get free time in the day to just take 30 minutes to call builders, I mean, really, this is such a versatile thing. Like I'm literally on vacation right now. I'm still working. I've been on vacation. I had $11,000 closed and I was literally on vacation. Like
That's crazy.
it's just like it's just crazy. I mean,
Where are you right now?
right now I'm in Georgia, but
Oh,
I
nice.
live in Florida.
Nice. Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And I have one more question. So with the deals that you've done, are you selling them to the same people and the same builders over and over again, or has it been new people every single time? I'm actually curious.
I've kind of been well. So how I like to find my builders is I like to bring them a lot first rather than just texting them and asking them for numbers because I feel like that gives you a little bit more credibility.
Yeah.
Like you already
Yeah.
have a lot.
And just
So
bring them a good deal beforehand.
yeah, so a lot of my deals last month were actually first time buyers. But then one of the builders I found last month, he told me his criteria and then I gave him 4 more. So I went from only making 2,000 bucks with him for the first lot, but then he bought 4 more from me and I ended up doing $10,000 just with that one builder last month.
Wow.
So
That's
that's
the
kind
best.
of,
That's the best, which you'll see too as you build it up and do more deals. Like you're going to do 20 deals in a month with 5 different builders, right? And then you have those 5 builders that consistently need more deals. And then you're just going to be able to supply them deals over and over again every single month. And it gets so much easier once you build up the pipeline of deals that are going over the next couple of months. As you can see now, you're already lining up deals for September. If you start closing deals now, you're going to line them up for October and so on. So it's kind of like you're lining up your next couple of months of deals to where, like you said, you can be on vacation doing whatever you want. And then the deals are closing from the work that you did prior. I was talking with Grayson about this, to where he was in Colorado on vacation and he put in the work from the week before where he was on vacation with his family, and he had 15 deals closed in a week when he was on vacation, not doing anything. But it's because of the work that was put in before. So it's not passive income, obviously, but you can line up your payments so it almost feels like that sometimes.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really appreciate you coming on here, Owen, and seriously, congratulations and keep crushing it. I mean, this is 100% just the beginning. You're 18,000 profit last month. I'm sure you'll do 20, 30 at least this month.
Yeah.
So just keep going up and keep trying to grow it a little bit. And I appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon.